Align cyber reps and disclosures for RWI. Precise English for deals. Welcome. In this short lesson, you'll learn how to align cyber representations with disclosure letters so your deal keeps RWI insurance intact. We'll focus on avoiding ambiguous language that can void cyber coverage and on building shared definitions so buyers, sellers, and insurers all understand the risk picture. By the end, you'll have clear steps to map reps to disclosures, pick precise verbs, and set scope and timeframes. Think of this as a practical checklist to reduce surprises, save negotiation time, and keep insurance on the table during M&A. Let's put 3 core terms into plain English so everyone speaks the same language. A cyber representative is simply the seller's promise about the state of its data security and incidents, the statements buyers rely on. A disclosure letter is the seller's exceptions list. It records known issues or deviations from the rep so the buyer can assess residual risk. RWI stands for Representations and Warranties Insurance. It's the policy that backs those reps financially if a breach proves the rep's untrue. Getting these definitions aligned prevents costly misunderstandings. Start by naming what's actually in scope. List specific systems, applications, and data sets covered by the reps. Don't rely on vague phrases like material systems, identified databases, production servers, or customer tables by role or environment. Clarify whether affiliates, third-party vendors, and cloud providers fall inside or outside the perimeter and who is responsible for controls. Finally, state the time period. Set a clear look-back window for past incidents and survival period for the reps so insurers and counterparties know which events matter. Verbs change risk allocation. Saying a system complies with a standard is stronger than saying it complied in all material respects, which softens the promise. Avoid absolute words like no, never, or all, unless you can substantiate them. Absolutes invite insurer exclusions. Instead, tie commitments to measurable standards or recognized frameworks, such as documented policies, testing regimes, or audit results. This lets you show evidence and gives underwriters objective criteria to evaluate coverage rather than subjective legal debate. Organize disclosures to mirror each representative clause so reviewers can quickly see exceptions tied to specific promises. Create headings that match representative language, then list exceptions under those headings rather than burying them in a catch-all section. Require fact-specific entries. For example, name the affected system and date instead of vague tags like legacy issue. For each exception, tie it to a date, the specific system or data set, and describe the actual impact. That granular approach helps insurers quantify risk and avoids blanket exclusions. Decide upfront whether you'll use a materiality scrape. That is, whether immaterial breaches get ignored, and be explicit about the test. Define knowledge precisely. Is it the CEO's knowledge, the security team's, or constructive knowledge inferred from documents? Spell out how knowledge is determined, such as communications, incident tickets, or executive sign-offs. Finally, link materiality thresholds to incident severity tiers, so a minor issue is treated differently than a major data breach. This clarity prevents disputes about whether an event required disclosure or triggered coverage. Standardize how you describe incidents by referencing a recognized framework, for example, NIST's definition of a cybersecurity incident, so all parties use the same yardstick. Separate historical incidents, fully investigated and remediated, from ongoing incidents that may still pose risk. Label them clearly and explain remediation status. For each incident, document any regulator or customer notifications, the dates those notices were sent, and any resulting obligations or fines. This level of detail reassures insurers and speeds underwriting by showing you tracked and managed past events. Before finalizing, run a redline alignment checklist comparing each representative clause to its matching disclosure heading to ensure every promise has a documented exception or a clear no exception statement. Test the structure by inserting a few sample exceptions and confirming they fit the buckets, include dates, systems, and impacts. Remember, if language is unclear, insurers will either qualify coverage or exclude it. Clarity preserves insurance value. Clear definitions, specific exceptions, and measurable standards are the fastest path to acceptable RWI terms.